Welcome to Factoring Notes. For this topic, when you're factoring, you're essentially going from a trinomial to two binomials. So what that means is that we're trying to simplify it down so that we can end up solving these functions eventually. But for now, we are just going to factor. So first, I need to explain to you this general form. The general form is ax squared plus bx plus c. Now, if you notice on this set of notes, it doesn't have an a. That means a is 1. Right? That's that implied 1. So you only use the method that I'm about to show you when a is 1. Okay? And hopefully it's not too bad. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take c, which is always the last number, and find factors of c that add to b. Okay, and remember b is the number in front of x, not x. Okay, it's the number in front of it, so if there were nothing in front of it, it would just be 1. So now let's list our factors of 14. 14 is 1 times 14, 2 times 7, and that about sums it up. Now our goal is to make it equal 9. 1 plus 14 is 15, that's not the answer, but 2 plus 7 is 9, which means that's going to make up our factors. Now your factors look like this. You'd put in parentheses, x, the sign of the 2, so plus 2, and then x, and then your other term, plus 7. That's it. That's the answer. Let's do another one. In example 2, c is 27. So we are going to make a list of all the factors of 27. So we have 1 and 27, 3 and 9, and that about sums it up. Now, if you notice, we needed to add up to negative 12. Okay, that includes that sign. Now, 1 plus 27 is 28, and 3 plus 9 is 12. Neither of those are negative. So what we're going to have to do is take a negative and put it on all of them. Okay, and this works out because a negative times a negative makes a positive, which means that negative 3 and negative 9 do make negative 12. Right? And they multiply to positive 27. So we're going to do the same thing we did on example 1. We will have x and then minus 3 because that's the sign times x minus 9 because they were both negative, they both get negatives. Let's do one more. Now c is negative 8, so we have factors of negative 8. Now in order to get a negative number as a product, right, where you multiply two numbers and get a negative number, one of them has to be positive and one of them has to be negative. That means when I make my list of factors, I'm going to have one column be negative and one column be positive. So for instance, factors of negative 8 are negative 1 and 8, negative 2 and 4, negative 4 and 2, negative 8 and 1. And I know I listed those twice, but this time it mattered because of the sign. Now our goal is to make this add up to a positive 7x, which means we need to add them together and get a positive 7. So what is negative 1 plus 8? Well, negative 1 plus 8 is 7. So that is exactly what we needed. If it wasn't, we would keep going down the list until we added together the two numbers and got an answer that matched the middle term. So this time, we are still going to have x, and then we will have minus 1 for that first number, and then we will have x, and then plus 8 for that second number because the second number was positive. And that is how you factor. Have a great day.